Hello, everybody. Sorry, been a little late here today. Had some technical difficulties here with my internet, but hopefully we can get this going. And I know some of you are really excited about hearing this topic. And what we're going to talk about is something a little different about real estate, which is actually um, luxury real estate. And I want to start this with sharing my story about luxury real estate. So, how did I get started? What happened in my particular situation? So I actually started as a real estate broker, agent, and investor in Hawaii back in 1987. And Hawaii was going for a really interesting time back then. Things were basically exponentially growing overnight. Exponentially meaning between 87 and 89, real estate prices doubled. Okay, so I know you kind of you what I've seen over the last couple of years, right? After COVID, things have been exponentially growing. Well, happened that back in Hawaii in the 80s, and I was also working for this real estate company who were specializing in higher end properties. So that's how I started my real estate journey. Was actually with luxury real estate, working in this environment. So I to me, it was normal. It was nothing different than any other type of real estate. You just had a zero, basically, right? And I did the fix and flips, I wholesale, I did all of that with luxury real estate in $1 million plus buildings. So that's what happened in the end of the 80s. Then, when I moved back to the mainland at the beginning of the 90s, I went into rentals and I was living in the Midwest. So it was more like, quote unquote, the regular size of real estate. And now, fast forward again here a few years ago, I moved back down to Miami, not Hawaii, Miami, here in South Florida, and again, being exposed to higher end properties. And so, what that said, it's really just a mind shift that you are doing. Okay. But there are seven things I want to go over here today that I think you need to think about. So I know everybody says, oh, I would love to make more profits. I would like to add a zero, might as well, since I'm doing it, that I'm doing that, but it's a little bit different from what you might think the regular side of real estate. Okay, so number one is like I said, it's a total different business. So you have to really think of this as a new way to do business, right? You're dealing. Think about this: the sellers or owners of higher end properties are not forthcoming in letting everybody know they're going through some type of turmoil in their life or situation where there might be a distressed property, right? They're not holding up to get the best price for the property, they just want to move it. And so, how do you do that? You have to enter into certain circles we're going to talk about here in a few moments. But I want you to realize that is about a mental shift that you have to do. And that brings it to number two, which you basically have to create a certain persona for yourself. Let's put it in this perspective. When you're dealing with regular side of real estate, right? You're dealing with distressed owners. I always say it's not a good idea for you to go out there and flaunt your wealth. Okay. If you pull up in front of somebody who is losing their house to foreclosures, whatever situation they have going, you don't want to drive in a brand new Mercedes and flaunt your designer things when this person is in distress. So, one of the things I was saying, years ago, I used to deal with regular real estate, but then also dealing with private lenders and certain individuals, I had to build up a different persona. So, in order for me to transition, I had two different cars, right? Actually, I had three cars, but one of them was a Toyota Camry, which I used for my regular side transaction, meeting distressed owners, driving for dollars, all that type of stuff. And then I had a Porsche to really meet up with certain individuals, right? So you always have to have that type of persona if you decide to deal with different type of groups of people. So because of their wealth before their status, they expect people they deal with to have that. So it's a little bit of appearance you have to put up. And the other thing is they don't show the same way as anybody else if they're going to show sign of distress. There is a lot of pride, a lot of appearance that has to go on. So you have to then, number three, change your circle. To get to know these people, you have to network within certain circles. So, like for example, when I started in Hawaii, I was member of the country club in Honolulu. I was going to polo matches on weekends because you have to go around certain people, and it's really about word of mouth how you get to know. It's not something you can pull a list, right, or distressed property or things of the nature. So you have to really network with real estate brokers. You have to network with people that are in the circle who knows higher end sellers and buyers for that matter. So you have to really build up your circle. Number three is marketing. Again, you're not going to do the marketing the same way you do for regular real estate. You're not going to text people or call people the same way. It's very much, honestly, with higher end property, I actually, excuse me, I also send a letter. Excuse me. I send actually a letter that has with letterhead, kind of the old-fashioned way, very nice letter or a very nice postcard, card in an envelope, and basically introducing yourself. And then you can follow up with a phone call. Texting and doing the stuff, it doesn't work on the higher end property. So marketing definitely has to change the brand of your marketing, how you create of your marketing, and so forth. Now, the next thing is, where do you find the buyers? This is the same circle, it's the same circle you find the sellers. That's why it's more about who you know and how you enter these circles to get there. And there's a lot more word of mouth. Okay. It's definitely something you need to keep in mind. And then also, doesn't work in every area, luxury investing. There are certain areas that, like I say, Miami is definitely an area, California, Denver is also a good area. So there are certain pockets within the United States, Hawaii, that this works better than others. Our areas, you might call it higher end property, which is not the same as luxury. Luxury is about properties that maybe attract a different type of buyers or individuals, of people that are looking also more for investment. A lot of the things I see here in South Florida, people want to what I call park their money. There are a lot of investors here from South America and Europe. We believe about investing in real estate in the United States because their money is safer and they go for certain type of property. Not necessarily they want to live in the properties, right? So it's a different type of dynamic that you have to understand. And as far as financing, which is number 7 in this 7 points, is the private lenders doesn't really matter. They can loan on $100,000 property or a $300,000 property and a $3 million property. We have a lender that loans up to $5 million, possibly $6 on one piece of property. So there are lenders out there that actually like to loan on higher end properties. Okay. And then the same thing, you can do a fix and flip and you can do wholesaling. I haven't done any rentals per se or higher end property, but I have done fix and flips and wholesaling. And like I said, instead of making $10,000 on a wholesale deal, you make 100,000. You just had a zero. Okay. But again, it's not for everybody. And this is something I want to stress. At the end of the day, what are you comfortable with, right? Are you comfortable building up this persona, driving a certain car, going in certain circle, really networking with that? Is that how you envision for yourself? Or are you more laid back and say, you know what, I just prefer working with people that really need the help and are looking for, I'm looking to really empower people and make win-win situation. So you have to understand, where you're coming from, what are your values, how you want to portray yourself, how you want to value yourself. I've certainly, and I'm doing both. I don't do a lot of the higher end more than I do the regular, just because with higher end, it's a total different scope. It's a lot more work. And when you do a fix and flip on a higher end, there is a lot more involved time wise and supervision and everything else will be done. You have to be a lot more hands on than I am on my regular fix and flips. I come across deals. Actually, I just came across a condo recently here in Miami that I did a wholesale. It was over $1 million. So the thing is, you still come across things you can wholesale as well, but it goes down to who you want to be and how you want to be. So hopefully that makes sense. One of the things I want to point out actually about me, I am the only real estate mentor in the country that does coach about real estate, luxury real estate for investing. There are a lot of courses out there that are about being an agent or higher end property luxury real estate, but as far as being a coach about that and having been exposed to that, I'm the only one. With that said, I actually had a program I coach about luxury real estate, um, and I'm thinking about revamping it. I'm not offering it to the public right now. I offer it only to the students. So if you are a student, you can request that. Although when I open it up to the students, I want to make sure what you're in a line with right now. I don't want you to chase another shiny object, as I call it. For anybody else here, if you're interested in luxury real estate, please put it in the comments. Put luxury real estate, and we are going to reach out to you, get a little more information, and see if I want to make this program available if I have enough demand. The other thing is also we are actually pre-launching this week a program about wholesaling. This is a long time. I had taken it off the market a couple of years ago just because we were not really offering a lower end program anymore. We offer only one coaching program, which is REI Growth Mastery. But for some people that are brand new and are still kind of on the fence about jumping into real estate, we decided to introduce a new program, or actually my old program, I revamped it, which is Fast Track Wholesaling. If you're interested in Fast Track, again, comment below. So, for anybody here, comment one thing or the other. Fast Track if you're interested in wholesaling, or luxury if you're interested in the luxury program. But, Fast Track, we actually have a pre-launch this week. We're going to launch it formally on July 1st. So we have a very special discount and a lot of great bonuses on there, including lifetime access to the program. But you have to respond this week. So put Fast Track if you're interested in that. If you're interested in more information eventually into luxury, and if you're interested in both, put both. Okay. So hopefully that gave you some information. I'm trying to see if there's a way for me. I apologize. I'm usually Liz, hostess these. I'm just coming as a speaker, but she's on vacation. So I'm trying to handle this, and I'm trying to see if there's a way for me to check any chats. Okay, so okay. Someone says luxury real estate. I'm moving to South California and really considering this. I'm great on networking, so should be successful. But getting the first deal is my challenge. Well, you're in the right place as far as Southern California. That's definitely a place to do it. Like I said, you have to be, I guess you have to think about it. Are you the type of person who can deal with this type of situation, be in certain circles, put up an appearance and stuff like that? I remember a few years ago, I had a real estate broker here in Miami, and she was dealing with luxury real estate only in Sunny Isles, which is a nice area here in Miami. And she came to me, she's like, I want to get out of this luxury real estate. I'm tired of keeping up the appearance of driving a nice car, always be impeccable, always have designer things on. And she actually wanted to downgrade to regular real estate, right? So, like I said, it's a mind shift and also a shift of your persona of what you can do. We had a PDF, by the way, that we shared with all of you here a few days ago. So, if you didn't download the PDF, please go ahead and check it. It was probably the beginning of the week that we downloaded, but it goes into the 7 areas that we just talked about now. So let me see if we have any other chats coming through here. Okay, we have a raffle. So I'm trying to see if I can get a picture of it. See. So we have a raffle, and the winner, and actually this week we're going for the higher end luxury real estate. So this is going to be a higher end luxury person. I think it was posted in the group, right? I believe it was, and I also asked Amanda to send me a picture today. And like I say, I apologize, I'm a little bit displaced here today Usually, this is not my thing, doing technology all on my own. So the winner for this week raffle is Amy Streeter. Amy, are you here? If Amy's here, go ahead and comment in the chat. Amy. So I'll give you a few seconds here. And if you watch this video later, you need to, okay, let me go ahead and see if I can share with you guys the picture. Let's see. Amy, are you here? Let's see. I'm trying to see here if I can share the pictures. Bear with me. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna see here if I can share the picture while I wait to say him is here today. Okay, so this is the purse here. Like I said, somebody says I'm the only one on live. Pick me. Okay. I believe that we give an option for you to go ahead and email in at questions at realestateinvestingwomen.com. Again, that's question at realestateinvestingwomen.com. Okay. So great. Well, I think it's only one person here. The other one say, I originally built my sales career through fake it till you make it, right? Sometimes you have to do that, if you do it. But I wouldn't say fake it till you make it. It's just one of the things we always talk about mindset is that you have to live as the person that you want to be. You have to act as the person you want to be. And you say, well, it's easy if you have the money, right? But think about it. There is a lot of things you can do even with not much money, but they will give you that persona. If that's what you want for yourself, you can still do things where you can live as the person that you want to be, right? You can go on a Turo, for example, Turo, and rent a car of your dreams. You can rent Bentleys, Rolls Royce, Ferraris. You can rent any cars that you feel like, first of all, it's a great way to see if that's actually you like that car. But anyway, you can go on VRBO, Airbnb, and stay a week in an amazing place for a week. If that's what you sign to, hey, I would love to have a condo on the beach. Well, do you really like that type of lifestyle? Maybe try it for a week or two. You can go, there is a lot of places where you can buy, you can go on outlets, this is woman's talk right here, right? But you can go on outlets like Poshmark or Real, right? That you can buy designer stuff for a fraction of what they cost. So it's a lot of things that you can do to really build that persona or the lifestyle of what you do, and then realize and come into your own. Somebody was sharing me with the other day, and she's like, well, I'm not really sure what I want. I'm not really sure where I want to live, the type of house I want, the type of car. I know I want something different, but I'm not really sure what I want, right? And how many of you can relate to that? And one of my suggestions I say when you say that is like, okay, if you want something different for yourself and you're not sure, this is a great opportunities here. There is a lot of things you can do to really step into that and see if that's what the person you want to be, right? You can then be rent a car that you want, live in a place that you want for a while. You can go in different places, and you can rent clothes, right? Rent a runway, right? So there are different things you can do to build a persona and see if that's what you want to be. How comfortable are you in your skin as that person? So it's kind of fake it, but not really. It's kind of more stepping into it and see how you like it and see if that's what you really want to be. Because a lot of time we think that's what we want, but it's not really who we are. And that's the thing, right? Say what you want, is that also who you are or not? So just take some food for thought here. Welcome. Somebody says, I'm here new to this. Somebody says, yes, I have expensive taste, but on a budget. I buy select nice pieces that last a long time we have two cars, one regular and one convertible, so I can easily flip flop, right? I always want to have a convertible, always. I always had an SUV and I have a convertible, right? So yeah, I totally get that. Great. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. And like I said, I apologize I was being late. It's technology is not my friend. It's something happened with the Wi-Fi. I had to reboot everything. And like I said, Amy, if you are, if you watch this video, please do send an email to questions@realestateinvestingwomen.com so you can claim your raffle. And for everybody else, make sure you download the PDF a couple of days ago. If you're interested in our new program launching about wholesaling, please comment fast track. If you're interested in more information about luxury, let me know. Do luxury in your comment so that we can see how many of you have an interest and I can revamp the program. Thanks everybody for being here and have a great day. Take care.